Let's go.
Greetings and welcome to the master or the mathematical universe. I'm going to have to change these glasses. I'm going to have to clean these differently. Of course, if you don't know, now you know. People, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this with people that are into the metaphysics. We're going to salute a dear brother who passed on this particular day 9 years ago. And his name was Dr. Delbert Blair. I I'm honored to have worked with him numerous times before he transitioned. And it has been an honor to also dream about him in various ways. And he has come to me in my dreams. And every time I go in a dream with Delbert Blair, there's always a classroom setting. It's always a classroom setting. Always a classroom setting. And I particularly don't know who is in the class with us, but Delbert Blair, every time I've dreamt about him, and it's been like 3 or 4 times, I believe, since he transitioned. Got to put on my blue blockers for these computer things here. Some call them gaming glasses, but hey, it ain't a game when if you don't protect your eyes, family. If you don't protect your eyes, and Delbert Blair was definitely a proponent for protecting ourselves from various things. I'm going to be scrolling his website on the bottom. I'll be scrolling his website on the bottom, Dr. Delbert Blair. And let's start off first with Dr. Delbert Blair's prayer, which y'all know I always close with his prayers. You know, I'm about them prayers. And Delbert Blair was one of those people that always closed with his prayers, but I'm going to open up with his prayers. Please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth in your love now. Love and honor to Dr. Delbert Blair, which we're just doing a mini salute. Tonight, we're going to do another salute, but it's another mini salute again tonight because his actual born day is February 13th. He was born February 13th, 1933. Him and Dr. Sebi was born the same year. It's just that he is a few months older than Dr. Sebi. He transitioned before Dr. Sebi, of course. He transitioned in 2015, and Dr. Sebi transitioned in 2016. But I am honored beyond doubt to have worked with some great people. And Dr. Blair happens to be one of them. Tonight, we're going to be interviewing Blue Pill and Black Dot. We'll be coming on, myself and Carrie Ann will be coming on at 9 o'clock tonight to talk about Dr. Blair, do a brief salute to Dr. Blair before my brothers come on. We're only going to be up here until around 10:30 tonight. Probably 10:45 because I have a meeting at 11 I have to deal with. So tonight, make sure y'all tune in, share this, and let people know that, you know, your brother King Simon is on it when it comes to ancestors that I've worked with in the past, and whom people like Black Dot have worked with, people like Blue Pill has worked with, and admired because of him stretching our thought patterns back in the day. Dr. Blair was that dude. And please go to his website, The Legacy Shop. He has 3 of his own books on that website. I went through the website today. Big up to Brother Tony and all those people. Make sure y'all support Dr. Blair's Legacy Shop. Make sure y'all support Dr. Blair's Legacy Shop because I think it's a very important shop to support. And because Dr. Blair meant so much to so many. And those who never got to meet him, you can watch him on YouTube on the various things that he said and done. Big up to people that's on Instagram, that's tuning in. So, today is not my born day. Tomorrow is my born day, family. Today is not my born day. Today is the 31st. Today, a few people have made that slight mistake, but today is Kateria No's birthday. Today is Carrie Washington's birthday, not Carrie Ann. Kerry Washington's birthday. today is my Aunt Norma's birthday, whom I'm going to call after I finish doing this. Today is her birthday. And I don't know why I put that up there. I'm not, that phone is turned off if people are trying to call. But I will allow people to call in. Let me turn on the phone just in case. And I'm going to have to turn on that microphone, or just keep it simple. I'm going to have to turn on that microphone. Let me see if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to allow people to come in. Boom, boom, boom. 1, 2. If I'm going to allow people to call in on about Dr. Delbert Blair and their experience from their lessons. A lot of people didn't come in last time when I had on the tribute to Dr. Africa, but Dr. Blair is one of those metaphysical teachers that really helped a lot of us out. You know, that really served the greater good for humanity. You know, and one of Dr. Blair's, and I'm thinking about doing those type of meditations because Dr. Blair used to teach us, have meditation circles too. And because I'm going into a number 11 personal cycle year this year, I'm looking at doing meditation circles in Stone Mountain, not on Stone Mountain, but in a venue in Stone Mountain, a monthly meditation circle. It'll be a donation, of course, but I'm not breaking anybody's pocket. It'll be a donation for those, just to make sure I keep paying for that venue. I would do it at my house, but I don't want people knowing too many places because this place is just temporary and I'm renting the house from a friend. So I don't want people to know this house, but I love what Brother Panic used to do. He used to invite people to his house and all that, but he had enough room. He had 6 bedrooms. Big up to Brother Panic and his spirit, and big up to Sister Khadidra, who I text to check on her to make sure she's all right. And she said that it's just one day at a time. She's going at it one day at a time. And I understand that, especially when you lose a loved one. It's only one day of a time that you can take, you know. Let me see something here. Let me test the sound real quick. Let me see if my sound is working. I don't see the sound. It's not working. I'm trying to make sure that if I'm plugged in, I got to make sure that the sound is working if I'm going to allow people to call in. Hold on. But Dr. Blair was one of those people. I heard Kaba Kamene say something very key about Dr. Blair. He said Dr. Blair was one of those people that stretched our mind like a rubber band. Stretched our mind like a rubber band. And I think that's an important thing to recognize. Just like these rubber bands on here, Dr. Blair stretched our mind. Just like these rubber bands on this apparatus right here. He stretched our mind to think beyond this realm, so to speak. You know, and he was highly intuitive. Let me be very clear about how Dr. Blair got down. Dr. Blair was highly intuitive, family. And he used to conduct meditations, which I still use to a certain extent. I haven't done the sun meditation like he used to do. I stayed focused on the frequency meditation because I tap into my frequency. Even now, because he taught us back in the day when we used to do meditation circles at the Marcus Garvey Center over there in East Flatbush, when we used to do meditation circles over there at the National Black Theater, when he used to do meditation circles at Nicholas, Brooklyn, Dr. Blair was one of those people. And enough respect to everybody that's coming on. Yeah, enough respect to everybody that's coming on. I'm just looking at the chat. Enough respect to everybody that's coming on. Thank y'all very much. Everybody on IG, big up to all of y'all. And enough respect to all of you. Angus, what's up? How you doing, poet? Yes, I know who you are, sister. Yes, you remember. Yeah, Blair was amazing. I got to see him in person a couple of times. Yeah, more than likely at my event, especially in New York. If you're in New York, you've seen him a couple of times because I was the last to bring him in for at least the last 10 years. About 7 to 10 years. I was the last. As a matter of fact, he was supposed to do my 20th anniversary um, in tropical reflections event space, but he got sick and he wasn't able to do it, and then he transitioned that January of 2015. It's interesting now because Dr. Blair's frequency, the same year that he transitioned in a health cycle, and he transitioned in his critical cycle before his birthday. Anybody that has studied myself or Lloyd Strayhorn, we speak about the critical cycle that, the Rosicrucian rediscovered and put it back out there. It's an ancient system of paying attention to the 52 days before your birthday. And Dr. Delbert Blair, 52-day cycle. He was in his 52-day cycle before he transitioned, because remember, he was born on February the 13th. So when you count back from February 13th, 52 days, he was in his cycle. So when he transitioned on the 31st, he was still in 2015, 7, 4, 0, 2, 11, 12, 13, right? So that's 12. That's 12. That's 11, 12, 13. So this was a 13-4 cycle. So he transitioned in 215 in a health cycle, because number 4, all even numbers are health cycles. Always remember that. Let me see. Make sure that my date is right. Let me make sure the date is right. Yeah, he transitioned on January 31st, 2015. All right. So he was in a health cycle because all even numbers are health numbers. All even numbers. The 2, 4, 6, 8, and one odd number is a health number, which is the 9. 9 is also a health number, but 9 is the number of completion. So Dr. Blair transitioned on a number 4 day, but he was in his critical cycle before his birthday. That's why in my books, in Lloyd's book, we always tell you to monitor the elders when they're in their critical cycle, because critical cycles are very important in everyone's life, whether you have to release things, release people, or you might be releasing your spirit. That's how deep the critical cycle. And because today is January 31st, 2024, guess what? We are back in that same similar frequency again. We are back in that same frequency again 9 years later. Think about it. Again, 6, 5, 0, 2, 11, 12, 13. So we're back in the same cycle 9 years later, officially, when Dr. Delbert Blair transitioned. Back in the same cycle. Back in the same cycle of that number 4 energy of this particular day. January 31st. Same exact cycle. It's just that at that time, it was 2015, and 2015 added up to a number 8 also. Just like 2024 adds up to a number 8. Just showing you that cycles. These are cycles, patterns. And because I want to show you something with Dr. Delbert Blair's birthday. Because all odd numbers are transitional numbers, especially after you come out of the health number, after you come out of the health frequency of the 2, 4, 6, 8. 9 is a transitional number. So you can transition in a 9 personal year because it deals with endings and completion. You can transition in a 9 personal month. You can transition on a 9 personal day, looking at the patterns. So Dr. Blair is born 2/13. And he transitioned in 2015, but he was still feeling the effects of 2014. I'm going to show you why that is very significant. Because when you add 2 plus 13 plus 2015, that equals 2030, which equals a 5. Again, all odd numbers are transitional numbers. But the major odd number that is the transitional number of completion, this is the transitional number of freedom. So Dr. Blair was free from the pain that he was suffering. If anybody remember, he was going to acupuncture, he was staying with certain people, his lower extremity of his leg, being an Aquarius that he was, he ruled that the body, if you know Aquarius, the sign of Aquarius rules circulation, the ankles area. Pisces is the feet. So the ankles around that area was swollen up, if you remember Dr. Blair, what he was going through before he transitioned. He was in a 4-year cycle because, of course, he was still feeling the effects of a 4-year cycle from birthday to birthday because he didn't make it to this day yet. He did not make it, but he was feeling the effects of the 5. So he transitioned on the 31. He's born on the 13th. That particular day was a 4-day universal day. He's born on the 13th. His sickness got even more prevalent in 2014. And when you add that 2014, you add the 2 plus 13 plus 2014 equals 2029. 11, 12, 13. So he was still feeling the effects before his birthday of the 4-year cycle, which his health started deteriorating even more because I had already spoke to him to bring him to New York on the on December 6th of December of 2014. I have all the receipts. I have all the flyers that I was going to bring him, and I had to change the flyer last minute and put on Professor Griff and Irritated Genie for that particular lecture because Dr. Blair couldn't make it. Because, of course, of what he was suffering from. 80-something years of age. So I get it, and, I know that really affected him because Dr. Blair loved to dance. A lot of people don't know that Dr. Blair loved to dance. Dr. Blair was a dancer. He loved Latin music. So you know what your brother did? Because, and although he had those shoes and all of that, although he had those shoes, orthopedic shoes, although he had those orthopedic shoes, Dr. Blair, sorry, Dr. Blair wanted to go out and dance to Latin music. Big up to Dr. Blair. So I got him on the guest list because I still had connections. I still had connections to I still had connections to SOBs. I still had connections to SOBs, and I was able to get him in SOBs on a Monday night while he was preparing for a lecture with me. And I still got him into SOBs for free to go and dance to Latin music, because that's what the brother wanted to do. Although his legs were still hurting, although he was still in pain, he was still developing a certain pain. He was still, because he was wearing orthopedic shoes. So the last time, it was probably around 2013 when I did that for him, but he was starting to develop certain ailments going on in his body. So the mathematics is real. That's why I tell people numbers deal with patterns, cycles, and sequences in life. But it helps to alert people on what's the possible health challenges, what's the possible financial challenges, what's the possible relationship challenges that you could have. What is it that you need to break free from? He transitioned in 2015, which add up to a number 5, which is one of the transitional numbers of freedom and release and being free. But he was still feeling the effects of the number 4, which was a health cycle. Just something basic I wanted to show people that that the great Dr. Blair, and I think because he loved numerology himself, he understood. He understood. Understood. He understood the mission. He understood the mission. Dr. Blair understood the mission. And Dr. Blair never stopped teaching. If you go on the website that I'm scrolling on the bottom, you'll see the books that they transcribed from lectures you probably never heard. It was probably inside his Meta Center. 3 books he has on the website, and I do suggest people going to support our dear brother, Dr. Blair, by any and all means necessary. Big up to Jerry Miller and his wife that should be watching. Jerry Miller will be coming on. If y'all don't know who Jerry Miller, another metaphysics teacher, I will be having him on Dr. Blair's Born Day. And I'm going to put the flyer up right now. I'm very quick at my flyer, so Jerry, you know me. It don't stop. Dr. Blair will be doing an official tribute and honors to a metaphysical grand master, Dr. Delbert Blair. And we're going to focus on what he used to say to us back in the day. There is no truth until you decide what truth is. There is no truth until you decide. That's what me and Jerry is going to delve into, because him and his wife does some great metaphysical work. Make sure y'all hit him up at IG at I think it's Jerry Miller 99. Let me make sure that 9 something. I think I got to make sure. Just want to make sure I'm respectful. 940, Jerry Miller 940. Make sure y'all hit him up at IG. Him and his wife and Sandra Frazier 777. Hit them up on IG and get some of that Oregon information, that Oregon energy stuff. But I'm doing a tribute. Official. This is just mini. This is just a mini thing. It's just a little. Oh yeah. Nobody could talk about UFOs better than even Billy Carson had to acknowledge Dr. Blair when it came to UFOs and abductions and all that. I remember, give y'all, because I'm going to do more of this on the tribute that we do. I remember, yes, Jerry Miller is greatly rounded in his school of thoughts and art. Yeah, Jerry Miller's a good person, man. As a matter of fact, Jerry Miller was the person that when we were in Islam back in the 80s, Jerry Miller was the one who gave me my Shahada in the Ansar Allah community under Imam Isa, who we now call Dr. York. Jerry Miller's a good brother for years, always treated me. Comedian, he's a comedian. We always used to, play the dozens with each other, because he was funny, he was jovial, he was happy, he was a happy brother. So I really respected Jerry Miller. Currently, that's good, Crystal. Very good book. I have all of his book. Currently reading Worlds Within. Now, people don't know that Dr. Blair wrote a book, one of his books. And matter of fact, let me go to the website. Why am I fronting? We go to the website and put it up because Tony is handling it and he's doing a lot of great works over there. Big up to Brother Tony. Y'all remember he used to shout out Brother Tony all the time. That's his is number one there. It was number one over there at the Meta Center. So big up to Brother Tony, what he's doing. Let me share the website. And today, go buy some books. If you can't donate to my channel, go buy some books. Go buy some books from Delbert Blair. Go buy some diodes because he always had those diodes. Yes. Okay, here it is. Here's the Meta Center. Let's go to his website real quick. Everybody go to the Meta Center. I'm scrolling it right there on the bottom. I'll put it in the chat right now. It's Dr. Blair's website, Dr. Blair's legacy site. I call it Dr. Blair's legacy site, Blair's legacy site. We're going to go all out on his birthday, though. Stop playing because he commissioned Tony to do that for him. Dr. Blair's legacy site. Hold on. Legacy site. Want everybody to go and support Dr. Blair on this transitional day that he did it on 9 years ago. So I'm going to pin it to the top. I'm going to pin it to the top of the chat so y'all can see it, so y'all can have it pinned. So I pinned it at the top of the chat so y'all can have and go straight to Dr. Blair's site. But I'm going to show I'm going to share screen right now and show you this great brother's website. Yes, there it is. Do I have my applause button? Of course I do. Everybody put the number 13 in the chat. That's Dr. Blair's birthday, man. Put the number 13 in the chat. Put the number 13 in the chat. He was born February 13th. Put the number 13 in the chat. Show him some love. Let's download his frequency to us right now. Because we're gonna go in with Jerry Miller. There is no truth until you decide what truth is. So I don't care what people are spewing out there about different people and what the metaphysics is and what you cannot tell anybody about and disrespect anybody's experience. Delbert Blair stretched our minds and our thoughts to connect and reconnect to the universal order of things. Delbert Blair allowed us to open up our thought patterns on many levels. Delbert Blair taught about the womb, man. He taught about the sun. He taught about, and the bio that's on Delbert Blair's website, I'm not sure if it's still on there, but the bio on the website that I seen they got all these things going on. They got all EMF protectors, jewelry, magnets. He was into magnets. I bought a magnet book from Delbert Blair, as a matter of fact. Do I still have it here? I know I have it here somewhere. I bought an old magnet book from Delbert Blair. As a matter of mother flipping fact, Delbert Blair gave me a magnetic cock ring. Delbert Blair gave me a magnetic cock ring for sexual pleasures with my woman. You know what I'm saying? To keep it going. So Delbert Blair was into the magnets, magnet healing, magnet therapy. So I think it's very important. Let me find a page with his books, so y'all can. Where's the page with his books? Mm-hmm. He has a page up here with his books. Let me make sure we find that. There it is. Magnets. I mean, they got all kinds of departments. They got coupon deals, all of that, events, calendar reviews, monatomic gold. Delbert Blair was the one that introduced me to monatomic gold. You see that? I wish I could go back real quick. Delbert Blair was the one that introduced me to monatomic gold and all of that stuff back in the day. And colloidal silver. Delbert Blair was that dude. Let me find his books, if you don't mind. Let me find the books that he has. You remember diodes, right? Who remember the diodes that Delbert Blair introduced us to back in the day? Delbert Blair introduced us to diodes, colloidal gold. I mean, these are a lot of the different things that he has on his site. I want to find his books. Please, it's a lot to go, a lot to navigate through. I noticed he got a lot going on in here. So big up to Brother Tony for keeping it going. Let's go to books. Let's see. Let's put in the word books. Let's put in the word books. Let's see if we can find Delbert Blair's books. Okay, let's put in another word. Let me see. Not new arrivals. I seen it on my phone. I want to make sure that y'all see what I'm seeing. Delbert Blair. Let's see what we're seeing here. Okay, I think here he is. There's a lot of lectures. Okay, look at the lectures that Delbert did. The Secrets of the Brain. When Madness is Insanity. Live Streams and Ray of Light by Delbert Blair. Energy Portals and Stargates, Delbert Blair. Earth Metaphysical History. That is a long one. I remember that one. Angels Are Waiting, Delbert Blair. The 10th Planet, Delbert Blair. Teleconference Archive with Delbert Blair. Teleconference Archive, Delbert Blair. Enoch Crop Circles and the Truth. Technicality Invaded People. Technically Invaded People. Delbert Blair, Teleconference. There's the books. There's the books right there, family. My Close Encounters with an Extraterrestrial. Man, Woman, and Child by Delbert Blair. I gave that book to Billy Carson. My Close Encounter with when I first met Billy, that's the first book that I gave him. My Close Encounters with Extraterrestrial. I got all three of his books. The World Within by Delbert Blair. All of them, he didn't sit down and write them. These are all transcribed books. Because remember, Delbert Blair was a griot. He was more into the reading. He was more into the spoken word to get the message across. But these are all transcribed books. Hey, they even got the T-shirt, No Trust, No Truth. Yeah, no truth until you understand truth. Yeah, there's no truth until, right. They even got that on T-shirt. So go to the website and just put in the search engine Delbert Blair, and all of this will come up. All of his lectures, a lot of his lectures. Throughout the years collection, that's out of stock. But these are the books. Look at this book here. Let's see if we can pull up this book. There's it. The World Within. Very good book. Very good book to have in your archive. The World Within by Dr. Delbert Blair. Today, he transitioned 9 years ago. My Close Encounters. My Close Encounters with an Extraterrestrial. I remember doing a workshop with Dr. Blair. You know, I remember doing a workshop with Dr. Blair at this Airbnb on Dean Street in Brooklyn. It's no longer there. I think the brother sold the building. He sold one of the buildings because I think he kept the other one. And he played a cassette, not even a DVD. It was a cassette of a man that he was interviewing who was affected by MK Ultra. I remember. Yeah, and I remember the story about his stuff with those private events that I had at those Airbnbs, and because I used to have public gatherings with Delbert Blair, and then private gatherings with probably like 30-something people, 40 people. And they paid that extra amount, like I'm doing with Professor James Smalls in Georgia. Yo, make sure y'all get y'all tickets. The tickets goes on sale for the public event and the private event. The private event, you're only going to be able to pay for tickets through Cash App and PayPal. And here it is. The public event, you'll be able to get the link on Linktree/King Simon, the Numerology, starting on February the 1st, tomorrow, on my born day, tomorrow. For the private event, it's $99 for 7 hours. We're doing 7 to 8 hours. We're about doing, let me see, yeah, we're doing like 7 hours. 1 hour with a lunch break. Tassili Ma'at will be providing some great vegan hors d'oeuvres. I just want to buy the sandwiches and buy the thing. And this is happening April 6th and 7th with Professor James Paul. And he's going to be speaking about Spiritual Warriors Edition, the importance of being a spiritual warrior and not just a physical warrior. You got to be a spiritual warrior. You got to understand our science. So Professor Smalls hasn't been in Atlanta in a long time. So getting back to the point, I remember those type of lectures, those type of workshops with Dr. Blair. It's 9 years. 9 years. People say, yeah, oh my God, where did time go? It does not seem that it's been almost 10 years since. Yeah, I know. It hasn't. It don't seem. And thanks to social media and thanks to YouTube, he ain't going nowhere. He teaching. And thanks to the website that I'm showing y'all right now, Dr. Blair's still teaching. Like I told y'all, I dreamt about Dr. Blair. I dreamt about Dr. Blair 3 to 4 times. And every time I'm dreaming about Dr. Blair, it's always educational. He's always in front of a whiteboard or a blackboard. He's old school, so blackboard was it. And he was going in, and I don't know who was there in the classes with me, but I know it was a class by himself, teaching, dropping knowledge, whatever level he's going to. Somebody said that on Brother Richard's show. I'm not sure if it was Flair Byrne, the sister there, or somebody else, but she said the same thing about Dr. Blair teaching. You know, sister said, I remember the story of his encounters with an extraterrestrial, and my mouth was wide open. Yo, when Dr. Blair got into a zone, people don't understand. When Dr. Blair got into a zone of teaching, it's like it just flowed. That's how deep it was. When Dr. Blair spoke about microwaves and phones and cars, that's how deep it was. When Dr. Blair had us in meditation, that's how deep it was. The website is right there, Meta Center. You know, it's scrolling on the bottom, family. I was scrolling on the bottom. I had it scrolling on the bottom. That's the scrolling on the bottom right there. Yeah. You know, when Dr. Blair had us in a circle, in these meditation circles, and told us to hold hands and don't break the circle, he was serious about it. Man, I remember my experience, my personal experience, was cosmic at one time. I think it was at Nicholas, and then somebody coughed, and that threw me right off. It was Bishop Renee. She coughed. I never forget who it was. She coughed, and it threw me right off. But I remember what he was saying and what he was chanting to us at the same time. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Holly Hemmett, for spreading some 639 love. Thank you very much. Yeah, if you know, again, if you can't donate to me, please go to Dr. Blair's. Go to Dr. Blair's. But if you can't donate to me, go to his website. You know, but my PayPal and Cash App it on there. But thank you. She's that person, Holly Hemmett, is a regular supporter. Thank you very much for your support. Circulation important. Dr. Blair spoke about circulating, also circulating energy and all that. And when he formed those circles of meditation, you can feel the energy in the room. Blue pill, we're going to talk about that tonight because blue pill was there. Of course, Black Dot was also a part of bringing in a portion of bringing him and A.A. Rashid and him and Open Eye Productions, Open Eye Productions with Brother Shabazz. They were there. They was bringing in Delbert Blair before I did, and then I think through one of their lectures, when they stopped doing lectures, I took over the helm and started doing lectures on my own level. And I remember Brother Rich. God bless Brother Rich. God bless Brother Rich. I remember Brother Rich saying that asked me if I'm gonna bring Dr. Blair way inside Brooklyn, way deep into Brooklyn. I remember Brother Rich laughing about it. He said, "You gonna bring him where? You gonna bring him there, deep into there? They ain't gonna come all the way out there. They ain't gonna see," because what happened was Brother Rich was introduced to the consciousness through Big Man and Sonetta and Shabazz, and they kept it at LIU or they kept it at Jack's Place or places that was right there near the train station. That was so close proximity. As soon as you get off the train, you could walk to it. Not King Simon, the Aquarius that I am. I thought outside of the box. And any venue that I could support, Black-owned, operated venues that I felt that I could support, King Simon gonna make it happen. You know what I'm saying? That was just me. Before I even went to Nicholas and all that kind of stuff. Before I even went to Nicholas, I was at the Marcus Garvey Center inside, up on 51st Street in Brooklyn and Church Avenue, right above the pharmacy near the Subway restaurant, Subway sandwich place, right across from Capital Bank. I remember it just like that, right up the block from Buff Bay and Utica Avenue. So I brought Dr. Blair into those places. You know, somebody said during the pandemic, the radiation from my phone was so high, I couldn't use it. Purchased the blue phone EMF protector. Haven't had that issue since. Thank you for the knowledge, Dr. Blair. Yeah, Dr. Blair was dropping that knowledge from long time ago. Before more studies, people were dropping it. Long time ago, Dr. Blair been doing it, man. And I promoted Dr. Blair in my book. No promotion is bad promotion. Dr. Blair, no promotion is bad promotion, because he was one of those people that help make my thing. I got Dr. Blair in there. Come on now, y'all know I got Dr. Blair up in there. That's my book. Bob Law, Roz Mariah Bay, Farrah Gray, Dr. Khaled's son, Ralph McDaniels, Phyllis Yvonne Stickney on top, Karen Hunter, Sister Het Heru. I know I got Dr. Blair in the book now. I talk about some of the stories. I talk about some stuff in here, with Dr. Blair also. This is promotion. This is a book on promotion and production. So I got to shout out Dr. Blair in my books. No promotion is bad promotion, and all publicity is good publicity. Just spell my name right. You know, I had to shout out Dr. Blair in my books. All of my books basically has Dr. Blair in it. So, you know, big up to everybody that's coming on. I'm not going to be on too long. I just wanted to share my loving feeling and respect for Dr. Delbert Blair. He was definitely one of those metaphysics teachers that helped me along the way to be better and to become the best I can be in this day and time. You know, Dr. Blair helped me to be the best I can be in this day and time. And I hope his teachings over the years will help you to be the best you can be. Because his teachings allowed us to reconnect to the universe. That's why he always said that prayer, please, universal creator. Know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. That's why I always close with this. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth in your love now. That was written probably over 30 years ago. And that particular prayer, his Metta Center used to conduct a group prayer every Tuesday at 12 afternoon. Every Tuesday on 12 afternoon. And since his birthday is falling on a Tuesday this year, I think it will be incumbent upon all of us to, on that day, when I bring on Jerry Miller, or at 12, not when I bring on Jerry Miller, but on that day, on Tuesday, February 13th, at 12 o'clock or 12:12 in the afternoon, which is like wherever it can be, Eastern Standard Time, whatever time it's going to be for y'all, 12:12 in the afternoon, let's all say this prayer. And I'm going to come back on the 13th, and we're all going to say the prayer together. Take a picture of it if you have to. Let me put it up there. Take a snapshot of the prayer. Here it is. Take a snapshot of the prayer. Give y'all a chance to take a snapshot of the prayer. Take a snapshot of the prayer. Because this is very significant. Take a snapshot of the prayer. I hope everybody got a snapshot of the prayer. Did y'all take a snapshot of the prayer? If you took a snapshot of the prayer, put the number 1 in the chat. If you took a snapshot of the prayer, took a 1 in the chat. So when I start seeing ones, I know y'all took a snapshot of the prayer. Everybody took a snapshot of the prayer, good. Take a snapshot of the prayer, because we're going to say it at 12:12. All together. I don't care where you are on Tuesday. Let's say you can say it quietly in your office. If you're working for somebody, do what you do. Those who want the website, take a snapshot right now of the website under the prayer. Take a snapshot of the website under the prayer. The website is now under the prayer. Go to Dr. Delbert Blair's Legacy Shop at www.themetacenter2.com, because somebody stole. I remember when they stole the Metta Center. Somebody stole that and took over that website and tried to sell it back to him, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I think they tried to sell it back to him. But, you know, there's a lot of people that have the Metta Center out there, because if I Google up the Metta Center, it's going to be somebody else that has it. But he had to put the Metta Center 2. I remember that he had to do that. I remember when he told me about it. Me and Dr. Blair, we talked regularly. Me and Dr. Blair spoke regularly, especially when I needed to bring him in. And many of y'all don't know before Brother Polite went to Hollywood, and whatever happened, that's between him and his Lord. Before Brother Polite went to Hollywood, Brother Polite and his wives took care of Dr. Blair upstate in one of the houses that they were renting out up in the Poconos. They had him in a hot tub, making sure that his legs was making sure he was circulating, and massaging him and massaging his wives, Dr. Blair, because they loved Dr. Blair. His wives and even Brother Polite loved and respected Dr. Blair and what he brought to the table. A lot of people don't know that. I know it. And then there was people like Taufik, Dr. Shaka Zulu, who also did acupuncture. Dr. Shaka Zulu, martial artist extraordinaire that used to teach at the National Black Theater, used to do acupuncture for free for Dr. Blair so he can help align his frequencies as far as with his legs. It's a lot of people. Some sisters, I can't remember a lot of the sisters' name, but there's a few sisters that also took on Dr. Blair. And I know Dr. Blair could be something else, especially as you're getting into age. I heard the stories. He could be something else because when you're in that age and you can't, and, as an Aquarian man being born under that, we don't like to lose control. And I understand that. I don't want my children or anybody wiping my ass. I don't even want to get that old that I have somebody have to wipe my ass and all that. I know. That's why I'm still practicing Kegels, and I'm practicing all kinds of muscle exercises with that lower extremities, prostate exercises. I'm doing all of that thanks to Montauk Chia and Master Yao and all these people that have written certain books. Nah, I ain't got no time for somebody wiping my assets. No. I'd rather get off of this planet first before you wipe anything of mine if I'm not wiping it myself. The only one who wiped my ass was my mama and my babysitters back in the day, and they were all women. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just being real. Yes, that website wasn't correct at all. Now it's the metacenter2.com. So please remember, that is the metacenter2.com. Scroll it at the bottom again. So as we're coming on the 11 o'clock hour, I'm going to shut down. It's now 10:54 or 54 minutes after, or 5 minutes now before the top of the hour, which is 11 o'clock over here in the East Coast. Let me share with you, of course, again, giving love and honor to our dear brother. I want everybody to meditate on him and make sure everybody meditate and wish that his soul continues to become one with the universe, because I'm sure it is. By now, 9 years later, I am sure it is, because he did his work. And I want everybody to put a ashe in the chat right now for Dr. Delbert Blair. Put a asheo, 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 asheo for Dr. Blair right now in the chat. Show Dr. Blair some love. Show Dr. Blair some love. Show Dr. Blair some love. Put an ashe in the chat for Dr. Blair family. Put an ashe in the chat. Right now, I want every chat, Instagram, Facebook, put an ashe in the chat for Dr. Blair. He meant so much to us. I hate when I do this. I start getting emotional, man. I hate when I do this. I'm sorry. But he did help to stretch my mind to another level. He did help to stretch my mind to another level. He did help to stretch my mind to another level. And I'm sure he helped to stretch a lot of your minds to another level, just like he did mine. Put an ashe You want to put an ashe on his name. I'm going to put an ashe on his name. I'm going to put an ashe on Dr. Blair's name. Put an ashe on Dr. Blair's name. I don't care how you do it. Put an ashe on his name. He did it. And he did it the best. Everybody should be doing it in the chat. I don't care where you at. You know, tell your boss that you're going to put an ashe on somebody's name real quick if you're working. You know what I'm saying? Tell your boss, I got to put an ashe on this man's name. Hold on 1 second. I'll get back to work. It's only going to take me a few seconds. Ashe. 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 Today is his transitional day. 9 years later. Same exact frequency right now. 9 years later. So I had to do this. And remember his saying, there is no truth until you decide what truth is. There is no truth until you decide what truth is. Thank you, Dr. Blair, for that gift. Remember, family, tonight we got the one, the onlys, Blue Pillar and Black Dot at 9:30. We're going to start at 9 o'clock doing another. I'm going to play a video clip of him. Make sure y'all do a tribute to our we're going to do a brief tribute to him again tonight before Black Dot and Blue Pill comes on. And tomorrow, Afro Prep Now is the website. Tomorrow, the Afro Prep Now website launches. It's not afroprep.com. It's afroprepnow.com. Aton's website launches tomorrow, February 1st, on my born day again. Black History Month, Black Melanated Month, Black Moorish Month, all of that. Well, Black Moorish Month, you shouldn't even say that with those two words. Melanated History Month starts tomorrow on my born day, so I can't wait. We're going to have a good time. Afro Prep. And if you want to go to the other website, readyforanything.org, to find out all what you need for your, your gold pack, your emergency kits, all that, go to readyforanything.org. Also, if you're in Canada, Toronto, Canada, by all means, go to this particular lecture with Professor James Smalls. This is like he hasn't been there in a while. So y'all need to go check out Professor James Smalls at the Buchan Restaurant, 774 Danford Avenue, Toronto, Canada. Make sure you're going over there. The website is right there on the bottom. If you're in Toronto, Canada, maybe if you're in Detroit and you want to drive up there and go visit Canada and go visit Professor Smalls, because you might not see him on your side of the town anytime soon. Hey, it is what it is. Remember, Blue Pill and Black Dot will be in Nicholas, Brooklyn. Make sure y'all show them some love. Nicholas, Brooklyn at eventbrite.com. Eventbrite.com. Nicholas, Brooklyn at eventbrite.com. Check it out. Guess who's coming to dinner? Dr. Valentine. Guess who's coming to dinner? Dr. Valentine. Dr. Valentine will return on February the 4th. Because he's doing a rebroadcast of that last webinar. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about his book. We're going to talk about various things. You know how me and Dr. Blair get down, and it all happening at youtube.com/@King Simon Presents. Remember, we have Nia Love for all mental health professionals and therapists and healers. Need healing also. So we're going to be interviewing Nia Long on February the 11th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's Sunday, February the 11th. And make sure you hit her up at holistic_living project. Tribute to Dr. Blair on his born day, Tuesday, February the 13th at 8:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Brother Jerry Miller will be with us. I just text Jerry Miller. He's down with the cause. Big up to Brother Jerry Miller, one of my dear friends. This is going to be a special broadcast. On Sunday, February the 25th, guess who I got coming to King Simon Presents for the first time? Y'all seen him with Panic. You've seen him with various other people. You've seen him on his own site. Dr. Aleem Bey will be with us. Yeah. Dr. Aleem Bey, certified master herbalist, certified natural health consultant, certified iridologist, certified Reiki master, all of that and much more. So we're going to have Dr. Alim Bey will be in the building with the God King Simon. You know the deal. That's Sunday. And again, tickets go on sale tomorrow for both these events. If you want to go to the private. Now, if you want to go to both of them, you can only pay through Cash App. If you want to pay, then I'll give you a reduced price. I'll give you probably take off $10 if you're going to come to both of them. But I'm only allowing 33 people. That's the early bird price now. The early bird price is $25 for the public event in Atlanta. It's the first event. Ticket goes on sale on Linktree through Eventbrite. But this will not be on Linktree or Eventbrite. This is only going to go through Cash App and PayPal only. So you're going to have to text if you want to come to this one only or you want to come to both of them. Then I will give you the $10 discount. I will give you a $10. Matter of fact, let me give the master number. I'll give you an $11 discount. Since it's $99 early tickets, it's going to be $122, I think. Either $122 or $133 for the general admission before the day of, if that's what the last minute. But $99 for early tickets. And for this all-day event, no holds bar, question answers, no videotape, no audio cassette, no pictures until at the end. Until at the end, you could take pictures with Baba Smalls, but no videotaping. I'm gonna tell everybody to shut off their phones, turn off their phones, all that kind of stuff. No holds bar. He can go anywhere you want to go with it. Spirituality, Islam, Christianity, Hebrew, wherever you want to go with it, Professor Smalls will go. I'm just letting you know that. If you want to go to Jamaica for the wellness retreat for only mental health professionals, therapists, and healers in our community, go to this website, traveljoy.com/booking/8MVHCJXQ small s 6KEMUMBZ CRYAU. Well, you know what? Just go to holistic. You know what you do? Just take a picture of this. Take a picture of this. There's a lot going on in this, but the link does work. The link does work. Go to LailaAfrica.com. Make sure you support Dr. Laila Africa. They got a new holistic nutritional counseling course, the Dr. Africa method. If you want to record your own music and produce your own music and record your own books and poetry books or audio books, contact greenstudiosnyc.com. That's my son and his team. They be doing it. Consultation, merchandise, beat making, and photo shoot for your album also. If you want to take my webinar, 3 hours, recorded 3 to 4 hours, it's $55 circulation fee. Do it through PayPal and Cash App. It's right there on the page, but you have to put your email and your phone that I can text you the link when I receive the finance for it. And big up to CarrieAnnIngram.com. Remember Wednesday, she will be with us on Wednesday also. She will be with us tonight also to filter some questions to Black Dot and Blue Pill. Boom. And hit up a Linktree also. And remember Lloyd Strayhorn, Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. Support him. That's my teacher. That's one of my teachers now. The world-renowned astro-numerologist and palmist. My audio book, the first one will be Numerovation for Mental Stability because that seemed to be very popular now. And I'm going to be doing it in my own voice. I might not do numbers are simple. People are complicated. I might not do that one. I might do the children's book instead. I might just do that and let just people study that. But Numerovation for Mental Stability, yeah, it's a motivational book, so I got to do that. Make sure you get all my books on Linktree and through Amazon. And if you do want to book a session, tomorrow the circulation price goes up. Tomorrow the circulation price goes up. So you can text me right now, 347-496-1022. If you want to book a session with me, 347-496-1022. All right. On that note, thank you all for coming in, for being a part of the journey, for being a part of this brief salute to our dear brother, Dr. Blair. We've been up here for an hour and some minutes. There's the website. If you want to go to his website, boom. There's the website. His books are on the website. You can go to his website. Crystal sound bath meditation. They're doing all of that on Dr. Blair's website nowadays. Boom, there it is. Or you can go to metacenterchicago.com also. That's metacenterchicago.com. All right. Y'all can definitely go there. The Metacenter Chicago. I'm going to add that so we don't miss a beat. Add that also, the Metacenter Chicago. I want to add that too. Those are the two websites. So much stuff to offer on his website, so much metaphysical classes, all of that is happening on his website. Things for the eyes, immune support, all of that, stress, women health, skin care, DVDs, past events, services, all of that is on the website. All of it is on the website. You could even sign up for their newsletter right here. You know, why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? I'm going to do it too. I'm going to sign up for the newsletter. There it is. I just did it right in front of your eyes. I just did it. Sign up for the newsletter. It doesn't cost anything to sign up for the newsletter. Doesn't cost a thing. Don't you worry about a thing, because it doesn't cost a thing to join it. Don't you worry about a thing, because it doesn't cost a thing to join it. Doesn't cost a thing to join the website, family. Doesn't cost a darn thing. All right. Have a great day, afternoon, or evening. And once again, let's close out with the prayers. Once again, let's do this together. Let's close out with the prayers as we give tribute to Dr. Blair. He transitioned on this day 9 years ago. Before we give those prayers, accept what is, let go of what was, and have faith in what will be. Dr. B. Sirius says, I forgive myself, my family, and others, and I am thankful for my life. Be thankful for your life. Be grateful. And last but not least, please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, my soul, to receive only truth in your love now. Give a round of applause for Dr. Delbert Blair. Give a round of applause to Dr. Delbert Blair and his soul and his spirit, wherever he is. We already know he's a part of the universe. Thank you. Have a great day, afternoon, or evening. See y'all tonight at 9 o'clock. Myself and Carrie Ann Ingram. Although it's not the official Healing Vibes show until the next Wednesday, but I wanted to invite Carrie Ann from a divine feminine perspective, as all of these divine masculines are going to be up here tonight. I wanted her to be there with us because our sisters got something to say, and we want to make sure we represent that right in any aspect, in any perspective. And I'll see if we can probably, have people come on the live stream and talk. But I do have a meeting at 11 o'clock, so I don't want to go overboard. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go overboard with it. All right. So take care. One love, one aim, one destiny. And remember, you've been live on the Mathematical Universe right here at King Simon Presents Only Quality People, the Numerovational Perspective. All right. Take care. One love. Content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teachers, scholarship, education, and research. For fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringed.
Eye to eye, heart to heart, each one teach one us. This is Professor Imhotep, the Island Monk, here at Warrior Kido Jiu-Jitsu, Way of the Warrior Spirit. So we're here to go over the rules and try to make that as swift as possible for you guys. So the rules essentially are very few. Number one is to follow us on TikTok at the Island Monk, or if you have Instagram, you can follow us at Warrior Temple, Island University. Or if you really love us and want to show us support, you can follow us at both. You're going to find the Kata Shodachi, and you're either going to duet us on TikTok or collab with us on Instagram and win 10 tickets for every additional video you do beyond that. So as we say with all the warriors, eye to eye, heart to heart, each one teach one, us.
Hey, this is King Simon, the International Numerovator. Remember, get all my books on Amazon or go to Linktree/King Simon, the Numerovator. And remember, don't forget to book my sessions at 347-496-1022. Book now. Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon the Numerovator. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now. So remember, our job as studiers of these metaphysical, esoteric knowledge is to help enhance people to be better. I, as a numerator, using the numbers, or quote-unquote numerals, and motivation to get people to understand why they need to activate their numbers to be their very best self and maximize it. Because the numerals hold a frequency. And if you're willing to turn up that frequency, then that frequency can help to guide you and navigate you to a higher height that will allow you to spiral to be your best self. We must remember that.